Yo, y'all know who it is. Tony from Stick With Us Delivery Service. Man, today is a good day for me, man. Just to tell y'all a little bit about myself, man. I always tell my story. I don't never need nobody to tell my story for me. Just to put that out there. I was a young man, grew up in the trenches, grew up in the slums, grew up in the hood, whatever y'all want to call it, the trap. I was that young kid that was very talented. Played sports, played the trumpet, everything. I can draw really good, great artist, great songwriter, poet, all of that stuff. That's how I grew up. Just for you all that don't know me. I grew up in the hood, just seeing drug activity every day, gun violence, people getting killed, people laying in the middle of the road and lifeless. That's how I grew up. That's what I seen. I'm from West Palm Beach, Florida. It's a place called Pleasant City. Google it. They call it West Num. Not Vietnam, but West Num. That's why they call it that, because of all the killing that was going on when I was growing up. It just our circumstances, But no matter what your circumstance is, I thank God for giving me the mental that He gave me. Because if I wasn't blessed with that, I could have been a statistic. And I thank God that I'm not. So as I was growing up, I seen a lot that a young 7, 8-year-old, 9-year-old kid should not be seeing. You shouldn't see a body in the road. You shouldn't see somebody get shot up. You shouldn't see your uncle get shot 9 times. You shouldn't grow up with about 18 to 20 homeboys out the hood. And I'm the only one still living. Me and one other friend named David Soul, we're the only 2 still living. That weighs on me. I'll be real with y'all. That weighs on me, but I try to live through all of my homies. I lost one of my friends one time. He was giving somebody a ride home. And he was giving a kid a ride home at that. A young kid, teenager, early teens. Shot him in the head, took all his jewelry. I'm being real with y'all right now because, like I said, I don't need nobody to tell my story. I tell my own story. So by me going through all of that, I was that kid, like I said, I was very talented. So I was going through all of that in life, but I still was going to band class, playing the trumpet. They're having dance contests. I'm in South Florida. We love to dance. I'm dancing with my group and all that type of stuff. I'm drawing. When I was in middle school, I'm gonna write a book one day, but when I was in middle school, I was in the 6th grade. I went up against all the middle schools throughout Palm Beach County and all the high schools and the performing arts schools. I came in first place. I'm that good of an artist. I draw really, really good. All my life since I was very little. Got inspired by one of my cousins named Anthony Burks. He's amazing. His paintings are in museums and he makes a crazy amount of money off of just art. You know what I'm saying? So it's amazing talent, So I grew up trying to figure out what I want to do because I had so many different talents. But I'm telling y'all all this for a reason. I'm building this up for something. So like I said, even though my environment was the way it was, I still used my talents every single day. I still knew I wanted better for myself. Shout out to Miss Juanita, God bless her soul. That was one of my friend's mother. She had 6 boys and she lost 7 boys. She lost 5 out of 7. So RP to Stephon Jefferson, Michael Jefferson, Tavares Jefferson, Track, Craig, all of them are gone. Only ones here now is Andre and James. And Miss Juanita, she's gone now too, so. I'm only doing this video. I never did a video like this before, but I need y'all to understand who I am and where I come from. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it can be a little disrespect in the chat, and I know I have to ignore a lot of that stuff. or if somebody feel like they want to do a video and don't know nothing about me, you got to understand who I am. You feel me? I'm not your influencer. I'm not that guy. I'm a guy that grew up in some harsh realities, but I decided to go a different path in life. I decided to educate myself. Thank God for my dad and my mom. Bless my daddy's soul. Lost my dad in 2003. Lost my grandma in 2003. The same year. So when that happened to me, I knew that I had to do something different with my life. I knew I had to go in a different direction in my life. I knew I had to do more. I wasn't doing enough. My dad was always there for me and my family. So I knew that I had to be that person because that was my dad. I was 25 when my dad passed. My dad was 50 years old. And my mindset, I was like, damn, have I lived half of my life? That's what I said to myself. So I knew I had to step up to the plate. So that's when the entrepreneurship always been in me, you know? So long story short, y'all know my story. I told y'all, man, you know, just to fast forward, you know, hanging around the wrong crowd in 2009, all the way to 2013, got in trouble driving somebody else's car. Got pulled over in somebody else's car, didn't know they had something in the trunk. Ended up going away for 6 years for that. Didn't even have a clue. It's so crazy, like, I won't say too much, but they knew it wasn't mine. That's the crazy thing about it, which was mind-blowing to me. You feel me? I'm like, yo, check the fingerprints. And like, nah, we're not gonna do that. We caught you with it. All right, I see how the government work. Cool, I ain't tripping. I'm gonna do my time. I'm gonna stay 10 toes down. That's how we call it. So after that, right, I go away. I'm in there. I'm saying to myself, man, you know what? I'm gonna make sure that I better myself across the board. Better son, better friend, better brother, cousin, boyfriend, whatever the case may be. I got in there, man. I start eating right, changed my whole diet, working out every day, reading the Bible every day, going to Bible study. I read the Bible front to back about 3 different times. Something I learned in that Bible is when you get saved and you give your life to God, the old person, even if you felt like the old you was a good you, the old you is no longer exists. God gets rid of that. And now the new you, he gives you a whole new you. And that's who you all are watching today. You all see the me that God created today, that's serving his purpose to help the world, create generational wealth, to help you all teach your kids how to start an industry that I learned when I got out of prison. That's what you all see today. You see a young man that's serving his purpose, and I'm doing it for my culture, whoever rock with me. If you don't rock with me, I'm not doing it for you. But I give you a job because that's my heart. I teach you how to make money because that's my heart. So I'm telling y'all this on this video because it's going to be one of the realest videos I ever did. I'm telling y'all all of this because I have a mentee right now. I'm on my way to meet him. And it was in my spirit to tell this story because he's somebody that shares the same story that I got. His name is Jameer. He's out of Tennessee. He just flew in from Tennessee to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. He went to prison. He's out now. And he's on his way, but he's here now to pick up his cargo van. So that's what I do this for. I do this for the ones that's been counted out. I do this for the ones that's doubted. The ones that feel like they have no way possible to get ahead in life. That's what I do this for. I don't do this for nobody who been silver spoon fed or no racist or none of that. I don't do this for y'all. You feel me? But I'm sure you watch my videos and you learned a lot over the years. So I just want to make it clear of who I do this for. I do this for the people who need that second and third chance in life. I do this for the people that live in trailer homes and trailer parks and live out in the country, like where my dad is from. A country boy, that's my daddy, out of a small town in Georgia. God rest his soul. So that's who I do this for. Those type of people. The people that's sick and tired of being sick and tired. The people who clocking into that 9 to 5 every day, and in a split second they can fire you. They don't care nothing about you. That's why I do what I do. I do this because I know this changed my life. When I walked out those prison doors, August 13, 2019, I didn't know what I was going to do. But one thing I did know, I knew I wanted to bet on myself. I knew I wanted to start my own business in logistics. That I did know. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I did it. From door dashing in the rain to saving up $15,000 to buy my first cargo van, and got denied so many times because I only had a 505 credit score. And thank God for that dealer, that salesman. The second time I went to that same dealership after I had got denied. And that young man said, bro, let me put it in for $9,000 and see if it'll go through. He put it in for $9,000 and I got approved for that cargo van. That was the best. That was the best. It give me chills, y'all. Look at this. I get chills every time I talk about this because that's how serious it was for me. I was almost in a point of giving up and feeling defeated. But something in me told me to call that man and say, bro, if I give you $7,000, will you get me in that van? Because I try to put 5 down. He said, young man, you come with 7,000. I'm going to do everything in my power to get it in. I went there. I'm going to show you how the devil worked. I went there. I got denied. He put it in for 8,000. I got denied. He said, let me try 9. The screen lit up green, said, you've been approved. That was 5 years ago. I haven't looked back since. I took that one van and created a whole fleet. And now I run a multi-million-dollar business called Stick With Us Delivery, owned by Tony Frith. And I'm proud of it. And now I'm about to go meet my mentee, man. And he has the same opportunities I have right now. He on cross paths with someone who shared the same story as he shares and has so much experience in this business to where I'm able to give him all of my experience with him starting with me. And now he just got his cargo van. So imagine the conversation me and this young man about to have right now today. I didn't have to tell this story that I just told y'all, but it was in my spirit to share this with somebody out there that's in doubt and disbelief or just feel like they tired, tired of taking chances and tired of just need that one door to open. I always say that. I had 20 doors closed on me, and then I finally got one door to open, and that's all it takes is one door. So if y'all don't learn nothing else about this, what I told y'all today, block out all the noise.